My name is Banu Cennetoğlu and I live in Istanbul. I don't think I have one or two specific methodology or ways to work. It's about time, it's about questions, it's about problems, it's about a response, it's about sometimes a reaction, and really the medium, the tools, and the colors, the shape, the form, the language come according to that. Right question mark is, trying to look at the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and its pretenses and its promises. So I'm trying to depict each article with golden mylar balloons, and the moment they are up, actually the deflation, you can also say decay, starts. International law, or like the kind of conditions to protect someone's rights, are already for people who have already certain rights. So then of course we ask the big question, the very common question: who has right to have rights, right? Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it's a monument on its own, or the way it was conceived, the grand gesture or the grand intention, which I understand and I respect, of course, to some degrees, but when I look at it today, I think it is more than it's more the language rather than the action. And we have a saying in Turkish, balon gibi laflar, words like balloons. In a way, it's just a lot of it's kind of fluffy words, but like over fluffy. I don't think any art comes with the pretense to answer. I mean, I hope not. But I guess even the questions keep changing. I think that's, for me, it's exciting, it's desirable, it's challenging, it's horrifying, because the questions keep changing and they should keep changing. The newspaper archives, I've been working on them since 2010 and try to kind of lay out a constellation where one can see, if possible, the whole hierarchy of making news and also choosing what goes where. I can't read Danish, so I don't have a full understanding of the material, but I see this work, not particularly the newspaper from Denmark, but in general this newspaper constellations, mostly about the absence, about the absence really, maybe what should be said, and rather as a kind of almost like a picture or a portrait of the periphery, in a way. I think it tells a lot about a place, and it tells a lot about how things are organized, and it tells a lot about the power structures, and it tells a lot also about manipulation, I think. False Witness was conceived originally after my visit an asylum seeker center in Holland, Ter Apel. It's very close to German border, in 2003. And I was living back then in Amsterdam, studying there. And I was working a lot with photography and kind of trying to make images somehow, trying to ask questions through images, and younger and more restless. And so it was a book of 32 photographs and kind of depicting my experience in the asylum seeker center. And then over the years, was involved with an NGO called United for Intercultural Action. So I collaborated with them to facilitate the dissemination of a document that they've been keeping since 1993. It's called the list, and the list is trying to trace information about death of people that were killed on the borders of EU or within the European states. So that means that I witnessed is a different kind of witnessing. I was editing a document for years within my capacity, translating and copy editing and printing and disseminating this document. So I started to feel very uncomfortable with the book False Witness. Somehow it kind of became this embodiment for me of my own failed witnessing. Also, not that I wanted to change the world with a book, but somehow it was not all right anymore, and I just wanted to make it disappear or kind of translate to another form. So last 1.5 years, and there was a process of transforming 350 left copies from an edition of 1,000 to briquettes. And it is really a compressed block of anger. I think the rage that I experienced, or anger, was also, I felt not what happened politically, but also I think I felt that I was betrayed by my own work, because I really believed that it could do things with its own limited capacity, but it was not possible. At least now it has a very clear function. It's a briquette. It can start a fire. Clear. How long you keep your silence, because I think the capacity to hold on your silence is about that you feel, you think it's not about you, and you think like you and your loved ones are safe. So when that gap gets smaller and smaller and smaller, then it's going to be maybe too late. But then you think, okay, now I have to speak up, because I'm going to lose too. So I think that the question is like, do we have to wait